Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we're gonna do this kind of stitch. Looks like a mesh. I think it's nice to make for a bag, tank top, even a wrap if you like. It's a very easy stitch, one row repeat. The stitch is reversible. For this sample I used 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. So if you like this kind of stitch, especially for you guys, the beginners, will be really nice to do. Okay, in this tutorial I'm gonna use 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. What we're gonna do, we're gonna chain multiples of 3. I chain here multiples of 3, I have 15. After you have your length, then you're gonna chain 3 more. Okay, we're gonna skip the first 3 chains, 1 2 3, and in the 4th chain from the hook we're gonna do a slip stitch, then we're gonna chain 3, we're gonna skip the next chain, and in the next chain we're gonna do a slip stitch, chain 3, and we're gonna do like this until we finish this row. So skip the next chain, and in the next chain we're gonna do a slip stitch, and then you're gonna chain 3, skip the next chain, and in the next a slip stitch. And the first row it's a little bit not so easy because, well, we don't have much material to grab. It's gonna look like this. Then you're gonna chain 3, I'm gonna repeat, skip the next chain, and in the next slip stitch, chain 3, and so on. Skip, and in the next chain we're gonna do a slip stitch, chain 3, okay, skip the next chain, and in the next slip stitch, chain 3, skip the next chain, and in the last chain we're gonna do a slip stitch, chain 3. You always gonna chain 3 at the end, turn your work, and this row is gonna be the row that you're gonna repeat on and on and on until you finish your project, if you choose to work with this stitch. So in this 3 chain space, in all of these 3 chain spaces we're gonna work. So you go to the first 3 chain space, and you're gonna do a slip stitch, chain 3, you're gonna move to the next 3 chain space, and you're gonna do a slip stitch in there, chain 3, move to the next 3 chain space, slip stitch, and this is the row that you're gonna repeat on and on and on. So you move to the next chain 3 space, into that space we're gonna do a slip stitch, chain 3, and you move to the next 3 chain space, do a slip stitch, chain 3, and you move to the next 3 chain space, do a slip stitch, chain 3, and at the end here we're gonna go into that space, the chains that we skipped in the beginning, and we're gonna do a slip stitch, chain 3, and you're gonna repeat the same thing. The first 3 chain space we're gonna go in there, and we're gonna do a slip stitch, chain 3, and so on. You move to the next 3 chain space. I think this is a nice stitch to do a blouse, or you can do a bag if you like. Even a baby blanket, if you use a smaller crochet hook than the yarn recommends, depends what yarn you're gonna use. You can use this stitch with any size yarn. But if you want bigger these spaces, for example, you're gonna do with a bigger crochet hook. Yeah? And if you want them a little bit tighter, then you're gonna do it with a smaller crochet hook. So you move to the next 3 chain space, do a slip stitch, chain 3, and at the end we have that space here. So we're gonna go into this space right there, and we're gonna do a slip stitch. You're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna repeat. You're gonna see that in the beginning it's kind of, you know, it's like this, but after you work few rows, it's gonna straighten up. Yeah. So with this, you're gonna go into the first 3 chain space, do a slip stitch, chain 3, move to the next 3 chain space, and so on. So at the end, after you do here the slip stitch, chain 3, you're gonna go into this space right there, and you're gonna do a slip stitch and so on. Yeah, well, this is the stitch, a very easy, you know, stitch for summer. So if you like, you can give it a try. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.